Welcome back to the Relationship Whisperer Show with Miss Dragonfly, where we discuss all things relationships with the aim to make marriage great again. And welcome back. Bit of a rainy, dreary day, but
it's nice and warm in here.
Nice and warm in here, though we can't complain too much since you've heard Europe's actually going through a heat wave. There's such a thing as 40s for Europe?
48, I heard.
What?
Yeah.
Which country?
The one that's really hot.
Duh. Would it be in Spain?
It wouldn't be Scotland, that's for sure.
There's no rain in Spain at the moment?
It falls mainly on the plain, apparently.
Plain. Well, today, okay, continuing.
I thought we were going to be the Weather Channel there for a bit.
Oh, we can if you want. Don't know how many if we can talk about the weather for an hour.
Perhaps not.
No. So today, but why choosing partners with different values really don't work. It leads to relationship decay. You know, people, when they choose partners, you notice no one really thinks about values.
Values?
Values, I mean, because it seems, I guess, someone romantic, you know, that sort of thing. When I think about values, I mean, more think about attraction and chemistry. That's more I like it. You know, if you hear about a friend that's come back from a date, I was like, how was it? You don't really hear them saying, I don't know about our values. You know? Not sure about the match. You always hear about, chemistry wasn't quite right. Or it was great chemistry. We had lots of laugh and... You know, they see about, I don't know, yeah. But
values is not very much on the list.
Yeah, you hear about, the chemistry wasn't there. I mean, yeah, I wasn't really attracted to him or her. So, look, while, you know, inevitably attraction may start a relationship, chemistry may fuel a relationship. But shared values really determine whether or not a relationship actually survives. Because many couples spend enormous sums of time discussing, you know, what's the thing? Physical attraction. They tell their friends, oh yeah, it was physically attractive. He was so attractive, or she was so attractive. There was an attraction there, so to speak, or income. Definitely more of the women, how much does he make a year? You know, that sort of thing.
They seem to want to know that a lot.
Yeah, they do seem to want that, yeah. Or career, okay, what do you do? What do you do as a career? No, look, in a way, it is, you're right, it could be a way to gauge, you know, how much does he really earn? Kind of thing.
Of course, that's what it is. That's what it is.
Suss out, his income level. If
I'm a surgeon. Yeah, they've already got that figured out.
Okay.
How much is that a year?
Do you do?
Okay, that's a few handbags.
Well, it's not just about money. It's prestige, you know, and social standing. I guess. You know, have you heard of, she's a doctor's wife kind of thing?
No, I haven't. Not really.
What,
does she get free antibiotics or what?
It's saying, she's a, or I'm a doctor's wife. Or it's I'm a farmhand's wife. You know, when I'm proudly saying that.
Well.
That sort of thing. But to be fair, though, when, you know, if you're going on a date, you do have to have something to talk about. And it's part of getting to know the other person. What they do on a day-to-day basis. That is also a fair question, even just getting to know them.
Getting to know you.
Getting to know all about you, yeah. And the other thing is, lifestyle. People talk about their lifestyles or hobbies. Big thing is where, you know, on a date, what are your hobbies? That seems to be more a safer topic, so to speak, so you don't talk about money.
Yeah.
Because for some reason,
but
it's
then
always a dirty word.
you'll get to know whether they're active,
or not. Yeah. But I guess in a way, it's also trying to find if you have something in common or have a common interest. Yeah, your hobbies. True. Or travel. We're talking about each other's travel, and I guess it gives people an impression. And if someone's travelled a lot, or travelled very little.
Well, they've
You might think they're very ignorant.
broadened horizons.
Yeah, if they are, it must be, he's active, he's going places, he's a mover and a shaker kind of thing, if he's always traveling, especially for business. So I think, or if he says he's always always on holiday, so, must be well off, he's able to invest their money to keep going on holidays, and secondly, not have to be concerned about earning money.
But on the
Does it say
dating
so?
scene, it's pretty much a scanning thing.
Scanning thing, yes. And also
So you
someone
got to
that
do it
doesn't
on the
travel.
periphery where you're not seen as being, I'm trying to not get all this information.
Yeah, see
But
whether
it
or
is,
not
that's what it's
the
about.
other person is of the right caliber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the right, in the other sense, is you got the right income.
Yeah, it being part of the filtering process, if we can say so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the other one, and also sex, for interestingly enough. Not sure if you want to talk that about it on a date, but that is what couples do talk about.
Well,
So, but
why do all fairy tales end up with weddings? And the daddy answers, because there's no fairy tales after the weddings.
But notice the one thing they don't ever discuss is the thing that would actually ultimately determine whether or not they can build a life together. And that means, your values, because the values determine your decisions, don't they? And the decisions determine the actions, and the actions determine the future of a relationship. Okay. So it's the most important question that couples never ask. I mean, I thought of why do so many couples who are deeply in love eventually just separate? Seemingly, they're so in love. They got on well, they
Nearly,
seemed happy.
I mean, you wouldn't get too many people marrying if they weren't, really. Well, I suppose there's a financial, or they're forced into it, like the father-in-law's got a gun.
Gunshot wedding. Is that where the gunshot wedding thing came from? He had a gunshot wedding.
Run for the hills.
Well, okay, for our audience, they would think, what are values? What type of values are you talking about? Well, very simple one is, if one partner wants children and the other one doesn't.
That's a clash.
And that is a major, major clash. And possibly, I'll say, to me, the one where it's basically a deal breaker. You cannot compromise on that, ever. How can you compromise when one person wants kids and the other one doesn't? It's either you have it or you don't. You can't have half a child.
Well, couples that compromise, I mean, if you admit that you're wrong, she'll agree with you. There's
we'll
a
have
compromise.
Kids. Yeah, okay, we'll have kids. But one thing, you cannot compromise on that. Look, a man has options if he has time to change his mind afterwards, but a woman cannot. Once that decision and the window of opportunity closes, that's it for her. So in that way, she should not be pushed into changing what she wants, or talked out of having children. Because on the surface, she may agree, and she may think herself, talk to herself and convince herself that she agrees and she doesn't want children. Seemingly at the back of her mind, she's never going to be happy.
No,
she
I'm not
always-
quite sure about that.
About that decision. Okay. I
Because
thought
some women really don't want
No,
children.
if she wants children
Oh, if
and
she
she's
does
talked
want them.
once out of it, that's
Yeah.
why I say you cannot compromise for a woman.
Yeah, you can't talk her out of it.
You cannot talk her out of it.
So what do you do then? Just part ways?
Part ways,
Straight away?
straight away.
Cut your loss and go find someone else?
Yeah, you cannot waste a woman cannot waste her time, and you should not waste her time either, because what you're doing is totally unfair, and to an extent is actually evil.
It's not evil. How is it evil?
Wasting someone's time so then they cannot have
Well,
children.
why doesn't the woman just say, look, this is the deal breaker. If you give me children, or otherwise
not.
just don't think. But they
Yeah.
don't, you see. They don't.
No, because they try to compromise. Because they don't want to lose the relationship. They talk themselves into later maybe. He'll come around and he'll change his mind. But that is the hope. A woman, even if she says she goes along with it, in the back of mind, she hopes upon hopes that he will change his mind. And that is a very sad situation.
Yeah.
Until inevitably she'll blow up one day or past the point where she can't have children, and then she'll go around and blame him. Even if she had verbally agreed to before, it doesn't negate that. It keeps gnawing at her.
Okay.
And then any woman out there that's ever been in that situation would know exactly what I mean. Okay, so men, if you're not after children or marriage, please do not get involved with young women at all. Even if, she said, oh, she's in the 20s, she has plenty of time. That's the time when she should be spending, looking for someone
Look,
that will build
a lot of
family
men
with her.
don't realize it.
Yeah.
That's the
And this
problem.
is
Men
the
don't
thing.
realize it, and women don't communicate it, you
Yeah,
see. So
because-
it's not all the man's fault.
It's not, women don't communicate it because they're afraid of losing
Well,
the
that's
relationship.
their problem.
But
That's
this
their
is the
problem.
thing
They've
from
got
both
to
sides.
they've got to put the big boy pants on and make sure that they communicate. Communication is the centerpin of human existence. If you keep it within and then just hold resentment, then that's not healthy.
Because the option for her is break up. That's
Okay.
it. That's it.
Well, then
Yeah, then that's what I mean.
what she needs to have
That's
foresight
why
on.
this
Then
is-
she can't have resentments then.
Yeah, because then this is the deal breaker.
You made the decision.
And again, and the men
She's
then,
willing. She's welcome to walk away. Nobody's got a lock and chain
But
and
then-
locks people up.
the men do not play on a woman's emotions by trying to then draw her back in. In fact, oh, maybe we'll give it a try. Maybe I'll think about it. Yeah, come back. Or they're saying giving her hope. That's unfair. It's
Yeah.
giving her hope, and the men know exactly what they're doing. They know what they're doing. It is very leading her on. So, all right. Now, values in a relationship. When you're doing
Values.
What no one wants to even think about, but inevitably, well, it could be almost like a make or break, actually, in any relationship. And look, the one biggest thing that is actually should be absolutely no compromise. It's either you match on or you don't. Is having children, as we talked about before the break. But the other thing is family. If one person values family and the other one values freedom, well, how's that going to work? I say if one person's closely knit to their family, the other thinking, didn't we see them last month? You have your mum last month? Why do we have to see them again?
Well,
If they-
usually women are closer to family than men.
Not always.
Not
There
always,
are
but
women
but
that
usually, for the most part.
Look, generally people that are very self-centered are not close to their families. Okay, and if that's the case, if they're self-centered, then they're not suitable for family life.
Unless they can get something out of the family.
All right, this is one thing I saw on this video. Okay, this guy, he was supposedly having this date with this woman.
He was having a date with a woman.
And he was recording it, and she was kind
He
of...
was recording it. That's so he can rewind it back and look for facial expressions.
No, it was-
What did the eyes flicker?
I think he's trying to he's making a point about the entitled women, and she was on a date with him and said, she admitted she doesn't really, she's not attracted to him, but she's been told, well, she's had a fun now. She's been told like now if she wants a family, she'll have to find a family guy. So that's why she's having the date with him, but she's not attracted to him. Like it's almost a reluctance, kind of like, I'll have to take him, won't I, if I want a family, kind of thing.
Well, a woman they start off wanting the knight in shining armour, riding on a trusty steed, but they end up with some bloke with muddy boots and on a bicycle, perhaps. Doesn't quite meet the mark of the trusted knight.
Oh, the trusted knight. So, like I say, the family, people that don't value family, they might see their family at Christmas once a year, that's it, kind of thing. And it flies in the face and they don't understand concept of why it's so... Why do you have to see your family? So are they suitable to build a family with? See people like that, And the other deal breaker is, I said, children is number one on the list, and number two is marriage. I would say one wants marriage, and the other one wants independence.
Well, usually the woman wants marriage, and the guy goes, still some more exploring to do.
Yeah, then you shouldn't settle down. Marriage is not for him, and that's when that should be a deal breaker as well, because like I say, you have to have the same goals in life, because otherwise, what's a compromise? One person has to agree to give up what they want to follow your path. Otherwise, it's not a relationship. It's not a marriage, not even a relationship.
Yeah, there has to be some level of compromise, because there are going to be some things. Because if a male and a female, they're different anatomies. They're different structures of beings.
This is too big. You cannot. One of the issues you cannot compromise on, and you should not compromise on.
Okay.
Because it is a lifelong thing, and that's why I see lots of couples that do live together. And what do they always say? The reason when you ask why don't you marry? Oh, it's just a piece of paper. Doesn't mean anything. And it comes from the man, and the woman nods along to agree. However, if she's not happy, is she really going to admit it? Saying, well, I really don't want to get married, but he doesn't want to. And if I push the subject, then I'm afraid he might leave me. No woman is going to admit that. But inevitably, you realize that would happen. That would be one of the reasons, at least some of the women that happen. But no one's willing to admit that. And it's terrible that she'd live in a situation like that. And I guess people do have low self-confidence and saying, if he leaves me, who else will want me? Kind of thing.
Well, they've got a point in many instances. It's like a lot of people are lonely out there.
Yes, there is a lot
and
of
a lot of people seek relationships to console. We find consoling in another person, in the arms of another. We feel like all the pressures of the world are somehow subdued for a moment, you see. And so without that, there's a vast loneliness for many people. Not all, but there is a vast loneliness, and that can hurt a lot of people. So they'll enter into relationships that are not serving, that are actually damaging, that are actually inhibiting and debilitating in even some instances, and even dangerous in some instances. But they still sort of, even look at like Stockholm syndrome. You love your captor or whatever, because
eventually you feel sorry for them, and it's they were in a bad situation. That's why they kidnapped you. That's why they had no choice.
At least you're getting attention.
Yeah.
Perhaps it's better than no attention at all. But that's a sad situation if you look at that. So I think what we need to do, because we're all so damaged in this place psychologically, most people are psychologically scarred. We've had a lifetime of emotions, all the things that we've done wrong. Oh, I wish if I could turn back the clock, I wouldn't do that, and so on. We're quite damaged in this place psychologically, and perhaps, as what you were mentioning before, perhaps we should have the wisdom and the intelligence to abstain from relationships until we're right in the head.
Until you're ready. Yeah. It's not for everyone, like I was saying. There are people
The key thing is to enjoy life. That's the number one. You must be happy in this life. Happiness is the key principle of life.
But there are certain things that you go through that you don't enjoy, but it's for the
appeasement of others, perhaps.
Good for you in the long term, not the short term.
Yeah.
Just like going to work. Who enjoys going to work? Working hard, saving up money. Denying yourself and putting that money away instead of enjoying that money now. But that's foregone. Enjoyment in the present for being looked after in the later years.
Yeah, well, most people schedule that enjoyment, you see. You've got 4 weeks a year or whatever.
So, 4 weeks is 4 weeks. It's actually, that's not that much in terms of a year.
No, it's horrible.
It's horrible. You rush things
don't
down.
find a job, find a customer. Don't find a wife, find a... Oh, I'm only joking, only joking.
This is one thing. One prioritizes saving, the other one is spending. That's also, you cannot. A spender and saver never works out. Inevitably, they both suffer. It's suffering, hurting, because the savior looking at money being spent that they've had a hand in helping get. Not only that, well, it's to be, if the partner's spending like that willy-nilly, then how are the bills going to be paid? Then it's on them to not spend their bit, so their bit can go on to paying all the bills. So inevitably suffering, that person saving suffering. Now, the person that's used to spending would also suffer, because inevitably they're going to be criticised by their saver partner. And then they feel frustrated and constrained. They're not able to spend the way they want, or they feel they need to. See? So you're both suffering. So why insist on a relationship when you're both suffering?
Oh dear.
You know?
What's the answer for it all?
And
Just abstinence? Just
What do you mean?
abstain from relationships?
Very easy, simple.
Would that be better?
You just find someone with the same values as you have.
Which is not so easy.
Well, it's because do you actually look for it? That's the thing. You actually check that out first instead of
well, apparently, all these dating apps, people put their values down on them. Oh, I like hiking, or I like this, or
no, that's a Viking.
whatever.
That's a value, eh?
You know, but it's not real values, is it?
That's a value. They're doing basically they're advertising on a board kind of thing.
I think we're all aren't we? Aren't we all advertising?
Pick me.
Aren't we all?
I like hang gliding.
Don't yeah. Without the parachute.
Without the parachute, yeah.
You look like you've hit the ground hard.
And look, one can value loyalty, and the other one personal autonomy. Like it's I be with whoever I want, and so forth. But the other one, values, it should be loyal, and loyalty is so important.
It is. It's very important.
Look,
if you can't trust the person that you're with that's got your back, come hell or high water, doesn't matter what's going on, that person's got your back, then you've got a trust relationship with them. But if it's not the case, if there's a selfishness in there or whatever, then you don't feel that. You don't feel like someone's got your back. You feel like a lot of people feel in relationships, I believe, that they're being taken advantage of. Whether it's truly the case or not, that's maybe a different matter. But many people feel like they've been taken advantage of. And, and I think perhaps that we're all just a bit too selfish in this world. We're all a bit too self-centered, perhaps. And so caring for other people, sharing, so...
But look, basically, you can negotiate habits and things, but not with values. Okay, you can't negotiate because values is a core to the other person. And you can't and you shouldn't either.
Okay.
So what do you do?
Don't compromise on values.
Yeah.
So first and foremost is you have to be very, very clear about what your values are and what the values that you require. Mm-hmm. And you have to be clear. And when you go out on a date, you just need to tell people, look, these are my values and I'm not compromising.
It cannot be
Bye-bye,
compromised.
it was nice to meet you.
Yeah.
And thank you for getting dressed and coming out, but it's not going any further than here.
Yeah.
And that's what will happen. Basically, if you come out with that level of communication, most people will just get up off the table and walk out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and say, no thanks.
No thanks. And it's best to know all the way from the beginning so you both don't waste each other's time.
Exactly right.
So.
Yeah. So it's a bit like algebra. Your ex, you have an ex and you wonder why. Algebra.
Okay, and look, attraction creates relationships, but values sustain them. Because look, what are the stages of relationships really? We get an attraction, first stage attraction, whether or not you want to go ahead and continue seeing that other person. And that's the function of what a first date is. Secondly, is then, okay, I kind of like him or her, So then it goes to a bit of infatuation stage.
Those who are listening on the radio, she's just smiling like a Cheshire cat right now when she says, oh, attraction.
And then infatuation phase is when you go deeper. You mean like it's almost like the honeymoon period where your partner, nothing, they can do no wrong. Space. And then...
And that lasts for about...
And then reality hits.
Then the fairy tale is all over.
Reality hits, and then and then you get conflict, right? Because either you then become alignment, or you just relationship just decays away. And look, because during the early stages of dating, the hormones are high, and differences feel exciting, especially with someone new. And then,
love is full of promise and yet unexpected and
then because then red flags are ignored, or they're often ignored because of that. And compromises seem easy. Oh, no problem, I can do that. And at that stage, you probably really think that you can do it.
And a lot of your friends know already.
They're there because they know you, and then said,
Be careful.
No, I don't think it's a good idea.
Be careful, fatal attraction.
Yeah, probably wouldn't go that far, but...
As she sharpens her knife.
Okay, and eventually real life appears, reality hits, finances.
Yeah, pressures.
Yeah, if you've got got
jobs,
children, jobs.
You come home exhausted.
Aging parents, responsibilities, and this is where values really come up. Yeah, it shows the face, and it shows up the issues actually about the values. Now, areas that destroy relationships, really. Like we mentioned before, family values, and that's what importance of marriage covers. Importance of marriage, family, children, parenting styles, and extended family involvement. One part in certain cultures they may have.
You marry the family.
The family, yes.
Yeah, if you notice that most men, when they marry people in the cultures, then that one needs an operation, and this one needs this, and this one needs that. You're marrying the whole family. And that's the problem.
But also, certain cultures, especially when it's a extended family. It's a large extended family. There's always this cousin's wedding, that cousin's engagement, or this baptism, or someone's birthday party, So you might be involved in a family almost every week, some family event, almost every week. And for, I guess, the person that's their family, they feel obliged to have to attend because it's a family event. It's not right not to show up, and their partner then gets dragged along, whether or not they like it or not. I guess they'll feel obligated to go and appear with their partner because then it's kind of like, oh, where's your husband? Where's your wife or whatever? And I'll tell you, to the extent there was this couple, they seemed to get along really well, and all her...
Well, most do, by the way.
Yeah, all her family, they thought he was great. They didn't like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they got a posting to overseas. They both worked in IT, in the same thing, to Malaysia. So he was going to go first, that post, and then she was going to follow. Basically wrap things up here because they were going to move over.
Take care of things,
and then she's going to join him.
Yeah. However,
2 months later, she still hasn't gone yet, he rang and said, I want a divorce.
After 2 months.
After 2 months. So it's clear it's not something that it just happened just like that. Clear that he was unhappy for a long time.
Or he met something that was it appealed greater.
Just like that, after 2 months, you
could be 10 minutes.
Found your feet, but but then it was clear that he wasn't happy, and it would be for a long time. And this is his chance to say it out, so to speak, while he's overseas.
Yeah, distance.
And then we thought there wasn't any problem. There didn't seem to be any problem in the marriage at all. No arguments, no nothing at all. I think, what happened? And so they had to really thought about it. Then her family realised, because they had a big extended family, there's always over there this person's birthday or some event at the thing, and went along. He must not have been happy about it. the thing is, he didn't say anything. If he had said something, they would have understood and said, okay, you got to say something. So they didn't, because he didn't say anything, they did not know. So you can't blame them either. But he didn't do the right thing by not telling.
Again, it's communication.
No, I guess he's trying to be polite about it. Just shut up about it, but
thought maybe he could just handle it, but then when maybe he found something else that didn't have that,
it didn't have that. Well, he
and
did
then
like
he felt
it, but
he felt the freedom.
He should have said it. That's
Well,
the thing.
maybe at the time he thought maybe he could handle it, and when he got away, he realized, oh, I don't want to go back to that.
To that. So that's
yeah. Because you got to wear a social face. You see.
Yeah.
You've got to wear this face, and it's like a bit of a fakery, really, isn't it? A lot of the times that you meet these people, oh, hello, and and you've got to put a social face on. Whereas, what we should be like is what you see is what you get. We should be straight.
But we're worried that we won't get anyone if they see it for what it is, because no one else is doing it. You see, everyone's putting up the fake mask and they're getting the attraction. If you don't do the same thing, you're going to be completely bypassed, even though you might be the perfect partner for that person, but they can't see it because someone else looks more pleasant.
Yeah.
Even though it's only a veneer. So, yeah.
And maybe a year down the track, he might be in massive regret, thinking, oh, them family meet things were really great. It was like I was a part of a family. Now I don't have a family.
Yeah.
You see. And so maybe at that moment, he found it, offensive on the being. But maybe later on, he found that it was actually quite supportive. And so, very difficult.
Very, very difficult. A difficult situation for everyone.
The key is like, if Mickey Mouse can be happy no matter what's going on, then why can't we? We need to be happy. We need to be able to hold our happiness. And,
And of course, I mentioned money values, saving
money
versus
values. Well,
spending.
that's the main thing, isn't it? A lot of pressures is created around money.
And they're saying, if it's a gambler, forget it. They're saying
you're only naive if you...
if you go there. And then people say, oh, so it's just money. Why are you breaking up with money? No, seriously. If you go to the person expecting the $50 you last had there to be there, and it's no longer there because he's taken it to go punt. How do you feel? How can you keep living like that? One person works works like a slave for money, and the other person takes it off and throws it to the casino, and they're still poor and they have nothing.
And then they get into debt, and you've got to have to pay it off.
Pay it off. Can you still love that person then? Oh, it's only money. It's only money.
And then that contract that you sign, it's only a piece of paper. Well, it's actually not. It's a contract.
It's a contract. But even if you don't, even without the piece of paper, it's still consequences.
That's definitely.
Legally, it's still the same.
Yeah.
So actually, there's no excuse for someone then to just say.
Well, if you're not married, then it's his debt. If he's the gambler.
No, you're de facto. Still,
they would be coming after him because he would have to have got a loan in his own name or borrowed off people.
Yeah, but if she but then she didn't sign on it.
Usually the woman will probably help out to pay it or whatever. But yeah, as you say, if it's naivety.
Naivety, you cannot, there's attitudes, and also look, lifestyle.
What about if they're both gamblers? Would that work?
Well, there's no money around. Never any money around.
Unless they win.
Unless they win. So one of them wins, and then they'll gamble with their winnings again, and they're all gone.
Well.
And then eventually, one of them will be forced in a situation they've got to stop. Yeah, and then
you're forced into it.
You're forced into it. Yeah. So people that gamble should not partner with anyone at all.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
Going on their own. Yeah, is that they should not at all. And also lifestyle expectations. If one partner, for instance, needs to go on a certain amount of holidays every year, no matter what their financial situation is, then it's an issue. Okay. So, and especially when they're supposed to, they need, but we, this is important. We need to have a holiday. It's a need. They see it as a need rather than a want.
Yeah.
It's to them as a certain amount of necessity, or they cannot take hardship in life. It's got to have a certain level of comfort, and unless you're a trust fund baby, that is totally unrealistic.
Poverty comes in the front door,
Yeah.
love runs out the back.
And you can understand why, because then basically one person gets enslaved for the other person's pleasure and leisure.
Mm-hmm. And it's like,
is,
and a lot of times it's like they don't really care. But anyhow, it's, oh dear.
okay. So, and relationship values, things like commitment, fidelity. I mean, gender roles and independence.
You've got to have morals, you've got to have ethics.
Yeah.
And they've got to align with the other person.
Yeah, of course. And gender roles as well. One person, it's more expected. And the other person, well, it's not that they want to do the other gender's role. It's that they don't want to do their gender role at all.
Mm-hmm.
Nor or their partner's gender role. They don't,
Okay.
okay. Like a woman might not say might not want to do the other gender role, say go out and earn the money, but at the same time don't want to do her gender role and doing the cooking. So no work and no cooking. So what are you good for? Am I only worth something if I bring you money or cook for you? Could be their reply. Yeah. You can't with people like that.
Yeah.
Or same thing if a man, okay, says at home don't want to even do the cooking and unwilling to go to work. Or they don't even want to do the mowing. Just pay someone to do the mowing because he doesn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then it earns quite a guy. And I actually know a couple it's happened to. He didn't want to do the mowing, so I just pay someone. But she didn't want to actually have to put out the expense of keep paying every time. So she ended up taking the mower out and mowing it herself. So
Well,
no shame.
yeah.
Oh, she wanted to do it. I told her just pay someone. She didn't want to pay someone, so she did it. So what? There's no shame. So, also, look, life priorities. Some people might prioritize their career, others their family as well, family or travel. Like again, or a person says, "I want my freedom." Why do I have to come back and answer to you? Why do I have to tell you where I've been tonight? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So if that's the case. Well, you should be on your own. And also spiritual and moral values as well. I mean, there's religion and so forth. And as I say, no one should convert for anyone else. You should not, because your values have been formed in part by your beliefs system. And why do you want to change your belief system? That's changing who you are, because that's actually shaped who you are.
Well, they might make it sound appealing.
Oh, this is better and so forth. Why is it better?
Well, then if you notice,
Am I not good enough?
if you notice that most religions, everyone thinks that their one's the best,
Best, of course.
and they're the one that's going to be getting to the
Heaven or whatever
the heaven.
is the correct one.
Yeah,
And
and
the
then
other
everybody
person's
else is not.
So,
And it's concurrent. It's like nearly every single one thinks they're the best.
they're correct. More likely they're
Yeah.
the correct ones.
Well, they have to sort of purvey that, because otherwise you wouldn't get congregations. And people said, "Oh, the one down the road's better than us." Then,
But then inevitably, better in what respect? Better than what?
yeah.
Or no, this is a true path. Well, let's say. But anyway, look. But if you do encounter that, look, relationships don't collapse suddenly, do they? They slowly erode, and it gets this like the snowball effect, the avalanche effect. Then and what's the first thing?
An argument, perhaps.
Yeah, no. Stage one is normally the compromise stage. Okay, we'll work it out. Okay, no, look, it'll be all right. We'll work it out. And then what happens? If we work it out, and then it comes frustration phase. Why doesn't he understand me? Why doesn't she understand me? You know? Spent all that time with me and doesn't understand me. And why would that be? Because that's not your partner's values. That's why they can't understand you. Well, why can't you understand her or him? And so the other thing is, and then it's resentment. If you do have to compromise, because it's heard the line, "I've sacrificed everything." And it's true, even if if you convince them and they go along with you, not getting married or not having children, it's resentment builds up. Yeah, saying, "Yeah, I've sacrificed, given up all that for you." And so resentment from him, and then it's heaped on from her point, usually from her point and her side, and then it's heaped on him. He has to wear that. That she had to give all that up for him. And so he's got to make it right. Inevitably, either he buckles and then just runs away anyway, that out of guilt, or saying, "Well, you agreed." If he wants to be an a-hole about it.
Sounds like a vast antagonism.
Yeah. So it all comes back to you have different values. And so don't even try, really. It doesn't work out.
Well, how do you put an advertisement for values? You know?
Well, then it comes down to, when they're doing online dating and they put
Not really, but
on their profile, they'll have a profile and they describe their hobbies and all that.
I'm the best, I'm this,
People
I do
need
this,
to
I
be
do that.
honest. It comes down to being honest.
Well, I'm a lazy fat pig.
No, I don't want to do hang gliding. I'm not an adventurous person. I stay at home and read a book or watch movies at night after work. That's being honest. And I need to visit my family at least once a month, normally once every fortnight or even once a week. But the other person on the other side reading it, they have to get over the picture of I need someone fun, so they're the right person.
I need to be allowed to play golf twice a week, type of thing.
Yeah, or that sort of thing too. And they're being honest. Be honest. And then you attract the person that would accept that. Okay,
So any guys listening out there, especially the young ones, if you're not interested in children, let them know straight away. Otherwise, the nails and the claws are going to come out, and
for you eventually,
and a vast vitriol will be coming your way.
And then what happens? After resentment, there's emotional distance. After resenting, then the conversations become very short and I guess only what's needed. That happens. And then, of course, your affection declines. And then your respect starts whittling away one day.
Yeah.
What happens after that normally?
Well, you start resenting, then and that which you used to love before, you most end up hating.
Yeah.
And
and then it becomes,
how do couples go into from one position to one extreme to the other?
And then after that,
in such a short time,
they have a separation, either emotional or physical separation.
Yeah.
And then you know what? The thing is, many people then blame communication. Oh, it's because we didn't have the right communication. Well, the deeper issue is that it's mutually incompatible values. It's not the communication. I can tell you, no, I don't why. It's because he did it. He said, like he said, he didn't say he didn't like my family, or he didn't like going around. That was a miscommunication. No, that wasn't because he wasn't a family person. That's the underlying reason.
Well, how could that be? How could there be an antidote for that? If a couple was there, could the woman say to him, "Look, we've got another family event this weekend, another one. We're going to go to this person's christening, birthday, this one, that one. We've got to buy a gift. Let's go out to the shops. Let's go to Westfields now. We've got to go and find a gift for this one."
Well, it should have been discussed in the beginning.
So then, what she should maybe says, "Look,
when they're dating,
do you really want to come along? Do you maybe you could if you want to stay at home, you can, or I don't know, but somewhere
But
maybe she could say to him, like, you don't need to come. You can go and play golf.
But then
I'll go by myself.
She goes by herself, but then she'll be embarrassed, have to turn up every time by herself. Do you actually have a husband? Does he go anywhere with you? Or you're just on your own?
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
so
Look,
he's there as a showpiece?
No, inevitably you're a couple. You go.
I remember one of the saddest things I ever experienced. I remember one night I was out on this. It was a night out anyhow, and there was all these people on the table, all well dressed, like a black tie event or whatever. And then there was a lady there, and she was saying, "Oh, he couldn't make it," and he was sort of things. And the person I was with says she doesn't have anybody. It's just that she's just so embarrassed of being by herself all the time. So she makes it up.
Yeah.
And that was, to me, that was so sad. I wanted to date her. You know, it just felt so sad, you know, that somebody would do that. Like would
embarrassment. Yeah.
Would feel so empty that they would have to sort of create that. And to me, one of the things that's most attractive to another person is somebody's happy. They're happy with what they've got. And most people need to get surgery because they're not happy with the way that's looking or this is looking or that. I'll be happy when. I'll be happy when I get this, or I'll be happy when I get that. The key is to all of that is you got to be happy now. You got to be happy now. And that happiness wears off. It's infectious. Happiness is infectious, you know. So that's what's attractive a lot of the times. It's somebody who's confident and happy with what's going on, you know.
So, okay. So we want it up. Okay, what can be different? Go through what can be different and what needs to align first. Then, you know, you've got something that can be different, personality styles, hobbies, interests, different occupations. That's actually a positive thing, that you have different careers, different types of careers and different occupations, because then that brings a different skill set. Okay, and what needs to align? Life goals, family goals, money values, commitment values, relationship expectations. Because if one person says, I want a quiet family life, and the other says, I never want to settle down, no amount of communication is going to fix that, is it?
If one loves reading books in front of a log fire and put their feet up and things, another one loves nightclubs.
Yeah.
And getting and tequila shots.
But then that needs to be communicated when you're thinking.
Yeah.
So, look, okay, thank you. We're coming towards the end of our show. Thank you very much for coming in, Louis. And don't forget to follow my Facebook page. I have 2 Facebook pages, Miss Dragonfly and Make Marriage Great Again. Follow both if you can, but at least follow one, because I post different things on Facebook pages. And don't forget to download your free copy of my book, Your Complete Partner. How to choose the right partner.
You had to look at the title there.
For love and marriage for a lifetime. Head off to my website, makemarriagegreatagain.net. And okay, now look, and in closing, I'll say this. Look, many people spend months choosing a car, yeah? Years choosing a career, but they choose a spouse based on feelings. Look, feelings matter, attraction matters, chemistry matters. But values determine whether 2 people can walk in the same direction for decades. A partner with different values may not be a bad person. They may simply be the wrong person for you. Because love alone cannot overcome every difference. And these values...
I'm not sure about that.
No.
I'm not sure about that. I believe love can conquer anything.
Okay. Replace the desire to have children.
Well, if love is so strong between 2 people, maybe it negates it.
But then love's not there because I'm willing to have the child with him. See?
Well,
No,
you might enjoy traveling around the world.
You can't have half a child and then come home to what? Being empty. Well, what's at home then? Empty house. No had her little feet. So, and those decisions reveal their values. So before you ask, do I love this person? Maybe ask, do we believe in the same future? Because relationships rarely end because people were too different on the surface. They end because they were too different underneath. I'm Miss Dragonfly, and I hope today's conversation encourages you to look beyond attraction and focus on the foundations that truly sustain a relationship. Choose wisely, love wisely, and marry wisely. I'm Miss Dragonfly, and together let's make marriage great again. So don't forget to tune in same time next week. So until then, it's bye for now.